This is one of those tennis racket style bug zappers. Unfortunately, I used it to pop up the couch at an angle so I could vacuum under it, or rather my little robot could vacuum under it. And I don't know what I was thinking, or obviously I wasn't thinking. I just nudged the couch to let it down. I guess I figured this thing would skittle out and fall harmlessly away or something. I don't know what I was thinking. But the little nudge was enough to make this, it was already under tension from the pressure of the couch. And a little bit of nudge I gave it just made the whole thing shatter. And bug killer no more. I found 2 needles on the ground. Now I know what they were from. I was wondering what the hell they were from. Obviously they were the 2 needles that were here. These 2 bars fell out. So now I know where those came from. Jamming up my vacuum cleaner. Little robot vacuum. And I guess I'm going to buy another one because this is nice when you go on the trails and you've only got like a few flies bugging you. It's especially useful for that. It might not be so useful in a swarm of mosquitoes. Like, it would probably help even there. But for a few flies, it's great to knock them down. Here we go, that's how it opened. At least I can recover my D cells, I guess. D cells are expensive. Wow, I guess I don't have to worry about breaking it. Well, I guess there's 2 more screws here, so it's not coming apart. And as well. And the D cells give it a nice heavy handle and a long life, long battery life. These are quite old batteries. 2003. Older than this unit is. I had an ex-girlfriend who gave me a bunch of batteries when she moved. She always used D's because she'd always burn them up. She always put flashlights up, use a flashlight, and then rather than switching it off, she'd put it down and forget about it. Put it off the light shining to the ground, you know, to the table. Yeah, that's all there is to this. Oh, before I took this apart, I should have checked out the, I want to get a voltage reading off of this. Basically, we got a transformer, bunch of capacitors, it's a resistor, or one of those inductors. It looks like a resistor. It's probably a resistor. One little transistor, a diode, bunch of caps. Get a number off of this guy. Yeah, it's probably a house number thing. Aww. I hate to see things ruined, destroyed. That's why I don't do too many teardowns until they're actually broken. I hate to waste. Hate to waste. And I shouldn't have pulled these out because I need them. Reconstruct my battery holder. I did it backwards. Oh, I did it the same way it was. Now, where's that little switch? There it is. There she is. Now it's dangerous. She's armed. I wonder if I could jump a spark. Probably too much light in here to see it. Yeah. Oh, there she goes. See what kind of voltage we get out of this guy. Test my poor enigma. I don't know what I got for polarity. I know this is going to be AC or DC. Presume it's going to be a DC buildup. Let's see, hopefully I won't kill the meter doing this. Make sure she auto ranges. I know Smith has tested these meters a lot worse than I have. Wow. Watch that thing go up. Oh, we've got almost a kilovolt. 900 volts. It bleeds off pretty quickly. Surprised. I don't know why it's bleeding off so quickly. I wonder if they put a resistor on it to bleed it off. Must have. Be a good thing to get rid of. Get better battery life. I kind of like it to stay charged. Anything else to say about the circuit? Little LED comes on when you hit the button. Let you know it's activated. And then she bleeds down all by herself, looks like. I'm going to try. See how long the voltage lasts. No, it's gone already. So it does bleed itself down. Yeah, there's resistor right across to bleed everything out. It looks like a 1 meg. No, actually, it's probably a 10 meg. I think that's a blue band back there. It looks like brown, black, blue. Most of the colors look like they're black, though. They're all dark colors. There's general purpose transistor. Let's see if it's NPN or PNP. This is my old transistor tester, my favorite. It's packed away in junk for a long time. I haven't been using it. I should take it apart and see what the battery looks like, but it's obviously still working, so I guess I'll just go. I'm going to try it as EBC. Could be another kind of device. Could be some kind of FET or doubt it though. Hello! I need to clean up my messy bench, so I got to get some of these projects cleaned up. I shot, a couple weeks ago, I shot some video on this fly swatter racket. Since then, I brought the another one up from downstate, the place I'm moving out of. And I'm going to cut the bleeder resistor on this one. And as long as it's in its housing and everything, it's about as safe as it ever was. This one, I'm going to leave the bleeder resistor on. Just because it's my experimental thing, so I don't zap myself unnecessarily. I looked at the circuit online, and Big Clive, of course, had already done it, so I'm not going to duplicate too much of this work. I started looking at my circuit and started mapping it out exactly, and it is a little bit different, but not materially. I mean, basically you've got batteries, a push button switch, an oscillator driving the transformer secondary at a higher voltage, step up transformer, and then it drives either a voltage tripler or a quadrupler. In my case, it's a quadrupler, pretty much that circuit there. In his case, it's an unusual circuit for a tripler. And all the capacitors had different values. I kind of question this 100 PF. At any rate, they all had different values, and they saved one capacitor. This isn't really part of the tripler. This is a summing capacitor at the end. They really got it by with 3 diodes. I mean, 3 diodes and 2 capacitors instead of 3 diodes and 3 capacitors. Normally, this kind of tripler circuit, this is a quad I drew here too, but you could stack on, another section and another section. You could make a 6x, or you could take away a section, make it a 3x. Just take a section away. There's a diminishing return to how far you can take these, though. I mean, you could make yourself 10 in a row if you want, but at some point you run into voltage ratings and the diodes being too low, and you have to start putting 2 diodes in series. Capacitor values, losses. Basically, the losses get so high that it's really never used much past a tripler or a quadrupler. In most cases, anyway. It gets tricky otherwise. You got to really consider the diodes. So this is Big Clive's circuit. This is the circuit I started mapping out. I didn't leave enough space in the middle. I started doing more here, but it's basically the same deal. The only real difference I saw is that I didn't think I had a feedback loop until I looked more carefully at the transformer. And I don't have 6 terminals, I have 5 terminals, so they must have commoned up one of the feedback loops to one of the main pins. So there's small differences like that. I've got a 100 PF capacitor in my feedback loop, where he just has a resistor that I don't have. So real minor differences. The transistor, I presume it's a transistor. It's got some odd house markings. That's what it says, HSD9653LR. I'm pretty sure it's emitter base collector. I had myself convinced that it was emitter collector base while I was tracing the circuit out, but as I reconsider, I'm pretty sure it's EBC, which is usually an American format. A lot of the Euros and Japanese will have the center being collector. But basically there's not a whole lot more to say about it. You got a quadrupler with a driver circuit. Fairly similar to that. I didn't fully map it out. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to defeat the bleeder on this one so I can leave it charged and sitting in the window. Let bugs hit it in the corner of the window. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hello. By the way, please check out the description. Follow the link to my kit.com. I need to save that account if I can. It's a way you can help my channel at no cost.